Hey there, I'm Daniel Hart, co-creator and executive producer of the Xavious Pictures series, The Hart Siblings. Our show has been out of production for several years now, but there was a time when we thought we might be coming back for another season, so much so in fact that we had actually written scripts for a few new episodes of the show. One of those scripts we reworked to be an epilogue to the series, which we produced and released back in 2022, but the other ones, as I said, never made it to production, and so we thought it would be fun to release those by just performing a table read of those unproduced scripts. So I hope you enjoyed the following read-through of an unproduced episode of The Hart Siblings.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Pauly. This is Daniel Hart. This is Katie Hart. And today we're reading an unproduced episode of The Hart Siblings titled Death, written by Daniel Hart. I'll start us off by reading the scene directions. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Interior, bonus room, day. Daniel and Katie are at the table. He's looking down at something. She is wearing glasses and business clothes and pulling papers out of a briefcase.
Thank you for agreeing to see me.
How long have you been sitting there?
Daniel, I recently had an experience that caused
me to...
Okay, got it. Daniel, I recently had an experience that caused me to confront my own mortality.
This is why I don't want to play the game of life. What do you have against Boggle?
Well, it got me thinking. You never know when your time is going to come, and neither of us are ready.
I'm pretty ready.
So that's why I've decided to get my affairs in order, and I spent the morning writing up my will.
Hands him the will.
In the event of my untimely demise, I hereby bequeath the whole of my estate to Nicholas J. Furry. So many spelling errors.
We'll let the lawyer sort that out.
So you're leaving everything to the cat?
Unless he's the one who killed me. Then you're next man up.
Wow, what am I gonna do with my collection of Happy Meal toys?
There's also a part in there saying I want you to use any and all means necessary to keep me alive. Do resuscitate, okay? I can't stress that enough.
The pet cemetery clause.
That's more of a last resort thing. Also, I'd like you to recite this Edgar Allan Poe quote at my funeral.
Okay, except you spelt Poe like the Teletubby.
What are you, the little paperclip guy from Microsoft Word?
His name was Clippy. Everybody knows that.
Now, I thought it would be a good idea if you started making some arrangements as well.
If you're asking me to take out a life insurance policy, I'm gonna start locking my doors at night.
Baby steps. Let's start with the matter of your final resting place. I myself chose Viking funeral, but I know it's not for everyone. You could be buried. You could have your head cryogenically frozen. We could implant soul magnets in a suitable host so your consciousness could live on in another body. You could be cremated.
How about this? If I feel like I'm gonna die, I'll dig a hole in the backyard, lie down in it, and just save you the trouble.
Burial it is.
Daniel gives a sarcastic thumbs up. Katie makes a note on her paper.
Okay. Next up, would
Let's try that again. From the top.
Next up would be to name a beneficiary for your belongings. Now, this could be anyone. A relative, best friend, roommate, all of the above.
Katie is overly, not overtly. She is overly nonchalant as Daniel just stares at her in annoyance.
You?
Oh.
Daniel murmurs unamused.
Okay, what's next? Oh, yes. Who do you want to take guardianship of your children?
I actually don't have any children, and I'm a little surprised you don't know that about me.
These are imaginary children.
Got it.
So imaginarily, who would you want to raise your children?
Steve Martin and Bonnie Hunt.
No.
Fine. Dennis Quaid and Rene Russo.
I walked right into that one.
How about the voices of Rob Paulson and Kat Susie?
No one knows what you're talking about.
I'm wearing the shirt!
Daniel gestures down to his Danny Phantom t-shirt.
Just pick somebody.
How about Jason Statham? He's the hitman who was hired to kill me and my wife, but he didn't know we had 4 kids and he agrees to raise them out of guilt. He's not a great dad at first, but over time the kids grow to love him and vice versa. In fact, the baby ends up calling him dad because he's too young to remember me.
You're describing a scene from The Pacifier.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh. How about a misanthropic Japanese translator who thinks he's getting a job at a top tech company, but he's actually been hired to translate for the owner's 3 kids as they navigate life in an American middle school?
Stop pitching and answer the question.
How about you?
Oh, I don't know. Tommy and I kind of have our hands full with the baby and the twins. Jamie's starting kindergarten next month.
You and who? What?
I'll just put you down as undecided.
Has that been an option this whole time?
Okay, and that should just about do it.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Now, next order of business.
Oh, there's more.
Let's talk about getting your health in order so that you don't die.
I thought the whole point of this was that we could die.
Well, just because I'm preparing for it doesn't mean I don't want to live a long life. I am still so young. There's still so much I haven't done. I've never seen Niagara Falls. I've never sucked the helium out of a balloon to make my voice sound funny.
We're both perfectly healthy. Physically, anyway.
Yeah, but you never know when something could...
Katie suddenly clutches her heart and groans.
Oh, I'm dying.
Katie overdramatically and unconvincingly acts like she's dying. Daniel does nothing. She plays dead for a beat, then opens one eye to see his reaction.
I think I know why your acting career didn't take off.
What? You can't even cry when your own sister dies?
I'm not much of a crier.
You cried last night during Spider-Man.
Okay, first of all, that was Spider-Man 2, so get your facts straight.
The point is, I'm gonna start eating better, working out more. I've even started taking vitamins. Oh, which reminds me.
Kitty takes a pill box out of the briefcase and removes 2 colorful pill-shaped objects. She puts them in her mouth and starts chewing.
Were those good in place?
It's called the placebo effect. Look it up.
Oh, well, in that case, I've already had like 2 boxes of vitamins today.
You know what? I don't think you're taking this thing seriously.
I'm very serious. This is my serious face.
All right, you want to make jokes? Fine.
Katie grabs a pen and begins to angrily scribble on the paper.
You're out of the will.
Oh no, my Happy Meal toys.
Now, you're not getting any of this stuff when I die.
We got all this stuff together. Why are you deciding it's yours?
Oh, you're right. You know, I'm starting to think it might be easier if we just die at the same time.
That would be par for the course.
Maybe we could both die in like a slasher movie scenario.
We might have to make some lifestyle changes if we want that to happen.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what was that horror movie where the guy in the mask killed all those kids while they were at home eating cereal and watching VeggieTales?
National Treasure.
Yep, that's it.
Hey, with our luck, one of us would probably make it to the sequel.
Yeah, you do have Final Girl written all over you.
That's funny. I was kind of thinking you have Killer written all over you. What were we talking about?
Death. Heavy stuff.
Katie starts to pack up her briefcase.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about.
Wait, you're going?
Yeah, I think we made some good progress here.
Doesn't really feel like we resolved anything.
I've got another appointment to go to, so...
You're not wearing a watch.
Katie starts to leave, then once again does her exaggerated fake dying bit, falling to the floor. After a beat, she peeks her head up over the table to look at Daniel.
And the Emmy goes to...
The end. Da-da-da-da.
I like that one. It's a little bit of macabre humor in that one, but...
Yeah. But not any less funny than the non-macabre.
Yeah.
What's your actual plans for death?
Oh, I don't have any.
Okay, good.
Not prepared at all.
I definitely want to be cremated.
Yeah.
I don't want to risk not being dead and then being buried alive.
Okay,
You know?
yeah. So you want to make sure that you're
I want to make sure.
dead with the cremation. I could be on board for cremation. I could get on board with that.
And cut. I think that's the last line.
That's the last I can get on board with.